Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Miss Brothers, and I just wanted to take you through using a calculator to do scientific notations. A couple of things, you guys. Both of these problems are multiplication problems. We have one problem where we have our positive exponents, so we have 6.14 times 10 to the sixth. We're going to multiply that by 1.4 times 10 to the second. And down here, you guys, we've got a similar problem. Again, it's a multiplication problem where we have 5.28 times 10 to the fourth. And we're going to multiply that by 1.9 times 10 to the negative third. So this time we have our negative exponent. And the object of this is to simply teach you how to do scientific notation using a calculator. Specifically, we're using the Texas Instruments 30X2S, which is the most common type of calculator you're going to see used in this chemistry class. It's the calculator I recommend that you get for when we are doing the math portions of this class. And again, this is the type of calculator that you can borrow for a test in my classroom. All right, so let's go ahead, you guys, and a couple of things. When you're doing a problem like this, it's 6.14 times 10 to the 6th. You're going to start off by just putting the first, your coefficient into the calculator. So 6.14. And then you have to put in your, I can't think of the name of it, your exponent. Okay. Now, the way this works, you want to use this button right here. Now, you'll notice, you guys, that many of these buttons have something right on the button, and then they have a little something in purple or white just above it. So this X minus 1 button has EE up above it, and that stands for essentially exponent. Okay. So we've typed in our coefficient, 6.14. Now what we're going to do is, because this is in the little purple letters at the top above our button, we have to come up here to the second button. So we're going to push our second button, and now what we can do is we can push the EE button, and you'll see the E pops up on the screen of our calculator. Now we can put in our exponent. Now we don't need to put in the multiplication sign. We don't need to put in the 10. All we need to do is put in the exponent, so we're going to put in our 6. Okay? So what we have here, this essentially means 6.14 times 10 to the 6th. Now we're multiplying this. So it's this parentheses times this parentheses. So we're going to go ahead and hit our multiplication sign. And we're going to go through the same process for our second number. So we're going to put in our coefficient first, 1.4. We're going to come up to our second button again. We're going to come over here to our exponent button again, which is our x1, x minus 1 button. And again, that little EE. And this time we're going to type in the letter or the number 2. Once we do that, we can just hit our enter or equals button, and it's going to give us this big old nasty number right here. Now, I have some choices. I can write that number down, 8,596. Boy, that's a lot of zeros. How many zeros is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. But just know that I'm going to ask you guys to put your answers in scientific notation as well. So if we want to figure out scientific notation on this calculator, we can do that. We just have to tell the calculator that's what we want. And what we're going to do is we're going to tell our calculator that's what we want by coming back up to our second button. So if this is regular notation, so if our answer is in regular notation and I ask you to put it into scientific notation, it's a pretty simple procedure. We're going to come up to our second button. Okay, you'll see the little second pop up on the screen. You'll see this degree button, and right above it, it says SCI and then ENG. We're going to press that, and now we've got flow, psi, or eng. We're going to use our arrow button right here to take it to psi, and then once we do that, we're going to come down here to where it says enter. So what we just told our calculator, we want the answer we just had to be in scientific notation, and now it's in scientific notation. So if we write this in scientific notation, it's 8.596 times 10 to the 8th. Now we still have to round this answer. And we're going to use those same rounding rules that we used earlier in the year when we talked about our level of precision. So our lowest level of precision is 1.4, which means we have two numbers. So that's what our level of precision is going to be for this answer. So our answer actually ends up being 8.6, because again, this 9 is going to round this up to 6, times 10 to the 8th. That's going to be our final answer for that problem. Okay? Now, the nice thing is once you set this into scientific notation, it'll stay there and it will continue to give you your answers. Okay. Now, if you want to reset and get out of this, all you have to do is hit clear. And again, you'll see because you have the little SCI button that it's still there. If you want to get rid of that, just go to second, go to degree. You're going to have to come down to second, reset. It's going to ask you if you want to reset. Say yes, and then just hit enter. It'll say memory cleared, and your little SCI button will go away. Okay? So that's if you want to get rid of having your answers in scientific notation. You can leave it there, or you can clear it out. Okay, so we're going to hit clear, and let's go on to our next problem. With our next problem, again, we have 5.28, so let's go ahead and put that into our calculator. 5.28. We have to get our scientific notation, so we're going to go to second. We're going to go to our x negative 1 or our EE button, and we're going to type in our exponent of 4. We're multiplying this, so times 1.9, putting in that coefficient first, coming to our second button, back to our x1 EE. This time, you guys, notice we have a negative 3. So what we have to do is we have to come down here to this key right here where we have the little negative in parentheses. We're going to push that. Then we can put in our exponent of 3. And now we're ready to hit our equal sign. And we end up, again, you guys, this is not in scientific notation. So this is 100.32. But again, I'm going to ask you, when we do a problem like this that has scientific notation, I'm going to want this answer to be in scientific notation. And again, you guys, just a quick reminder how to do that. You're going to go to second, go to this degree button. You're going to use the arrow to choose SCI. You're going to hit enter. And now you have this answer in scientific notation. Now, again, you guys, please note your decimal places. Your level of precision here is to the nearest hundredth. Your level of precision here is to the nearest tenth. This is the lower level of precision, so this is what our answer is going to be. So this is going to be, you'll notice how our answer is 1.0032 times 10 to the second. Again, you guys, we're going to go to the nearest tenth because that's our level of precision. So our final answer is going to be 1.0 times 10 to the second. Now, you may be asking yourself, why wouldn't it just be 1 times 10 to the second? And again, you guys, we are dealing with this level of precision right here to the nearest tenth. So we have to include that 0 in our answer. Okay? So that's our answer for our second one. So again, you guys, we went through using our calculator in order to figure out how to do scientific notation on our calculator. All right, if you have any questions, let me know. And you'll have access to this video all the time. So if you need a little refresher about how to deal with doing these notations on your calculator, you have that available to you. Okay, everybody, well done.